I guess I just have a generic question for you as far as you guys finally being back, in game prep mode. I know you were in game prep mode for Charlotte, and then you had to deal with the disappointment of that game being canceled. But now we're going on 3 weeks, I believe it is, since you guys last played a game. And Coach Mack talked about how you guys, feel rejuvenated and you feel fresh. Can you speak on that sentiment as far as the mentality and the aura that's going on in practice now that you guys are finally getting ready for another opponent again?
Oh, yeah. So, the team was highly disappointed, that our game with Charlotte got canceled. But we kind of took it as an opportunity just to get better, first of all, on ourselves, working on technique, like that first week off, and the second week with the bye week and everything. We took that for more preparation for Boston College. And now that we made it to game week, knowing that we're going to play this week, we're very excited, doing a good job out here in practice, especially our scouts and guys. They're giving us a real good look. They've been giving us a good look. And that's what's going to help us win.
Cool. All right. Next up is CL Brown. Go ahead, CL.
It's mine. This is way early probably to even be asking this question, but I was curious with the NCAA's new rule, or not new rule, but because of the COVID pandemic and them allowing players to have eligibility another year, basically, like this year does not count. Have you thought much at all about whether you would be back here in Chapel Hill next season, as opposed to, just going to try and pursue a pro career or coming out with us in the real world?
Yeah, I think it's to kind of a little bit when I first heard about it, but not too much, because I don't want to, get that in the back of my mind, like to use that as a crutch, knowing that like I got another year. I'm trying to play this year right here like it's my last, and then do what I do from there.
All right, and this being, coming off a delay and this being the first road trip for this team this year, what do you try and impart to the freshmen and the young guys who this is their first experience on the road? I know it'll be different, again, because of all the protocols that are now in place, but probably the top things you try and tell them about going to play on the road.
Just have fun with it. I know a lot of times they're in a new place, having to fly somewhere. A lot of times, like I know a guy in our room, this is his first time actually flying somewhere. So just try not to be tense. Just act like we playing here for real. Like we don't got fans regardless. Just be out there, have fun, and just try not to be too tense out there.
All right, thanks.
Next up, Brennan Marks. Go ahead, Brennan.
Hey, Tomon. Thanks for taking the time. Mac has mentioned, trying to look at this week and past 2 weeks really as you guys starting the season over. You had the Syracuse game, but it's sort of been a break since then. How did you sort of interpret that? Like, what did that mean to you, and how did you sort of adopt that mindset, I guess?
Oh, yeah, I mean, a lot of us feel the same way as Coach Brown. Like, it basically is starting the season over, so we trying to come out here and 1-0 just like we did against Syracuse, just work on ourselves for the most part, and then once we get closer to the game, we make sure we know our opponent to the best of our ability and handle ourselves when we get there.
On the Saturday that you guys were supposed to play Charlotte, how did you spend it instead of actually playing?
No, I took that time. I got a lot of rest in that day. Had to, because I knew we had a lot of work ahead of us.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go over to Alyssa Ray.
Hey there. To see Boston College score 17 unanswered points on Saturday, how important is it for you guys to play all 4 quarters?
Oh, that's a huge thing for us. Make sure we play every quarter from first to last, and that we never try to take any plays off, because in this league anybody could beat anybody for real. So you just can't take nobody lightly. Even if you up big, it don't matter. You still got to play to the end of the whistle.
All right, Jacob Turner, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Tomon? Mac mentioned yesterday how travel is going to be a lot different this year. Obviously, I know you've kind of talked about it already, but how, I know it's still kind of early in the week, but how, if at all, are you guys kind of preparing differently for traveling up there? And did staying in that hotel before the Syracuse game kind of give y'all a indication of how much different it's going to be, just kind of staying in hotels and how you guys kind of travel around the city and stuff like that?
Really, for the most part, it's just like, let's say, starting off like with the bus ride and the plane ride, we're going to be separate. We ain't going to be sitting like right next to somebody. That's a big thing. And then Coach also doing a good thing. He got all of us, I believe it's called like the N95 masks, just so we just be better protected while we're out there. And then once we get to the hotel, we still have a roommate, but the beds are far apart. And when we get food and things like that, we also we're not eating together. We eat separately, get our food, go back to your room kind of thing. So it's different, but it's not too bad.
do you think it'll be a challenge at all, or is it just kind of the reality of the situation right now?
Yeah, it's kind of, for us, it's kind of just the reality right now. So we're just gonna work through it. That's all. We ain't gonna let it hold us down.
Okay, let's go to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Tomon. Mac, going back to the topic about this, you guys essentially starting over. Do you sense a different type of anxiety or maybe some antsiness among your teammates this week as opposed to what you might experience or see leading up to an actual opener, or are there any differences at all?
Well, I feel like it's just like the same energy that you would have for a first game. You know, like everybody at that first game you come out, everybody has a lot of energy. They have some little bit of anxiousness, but it's more just being on there ready to play. I feel like we had that again, like it came back to us, like we starting over the season again.
Watching, I assume you watched games this past weekend, and I imagine you may have even watched Boston College. Is it kind of weird watching games for like 2 straight weekends, knowing you're going to be like in a 3-week stretch without playing? And is that just something that was difficult to process, or kind of take me through that?
Yeah, it's weird just being like us not playing, just having to watch everybody. It just makes you feel bad. Like you want to be out there playing with them boys. Like, you know, like, oh man, I'm supposed to play that team, this kind of thing. But the weight I turned, and it was, hopefully we make it there.